All right, Bucn over episode 24. Daily overs at 10, 12, and 2. The season win total at 10 wins. We hit double digits, and it's May, baby. Doubleheader against the Pirates and Reds. One of 3 doubleheaders because of the stupid rain. Game 1, Brubaker versus Overton. Game 2, Mitch Keller versus Moreta. Was the show all day. If you watch the games, it was on full display. We had injuries, we had ejections, and we had a little bit of history in Game 2. We're going to dive into that. We're going to see if we hit the Bucn over. Right. Feels like it's been a week since the last Pirates game. I know they played a doubleheader on Wednesday, but, baseball's not meant to be played every other day or every couple days. It's every day. So hopefully, this rain will go away. We'll be able to get some more games going. We had a doubleheader today, one of 3, like I said. Just rain ripping it apart. Canceled my son's t-ball game. It was supposed to be opening day at the park. Just ruining everything. Anyway, game 1 today. Started at noon. Over under 8.5. First inning troubles again for JT Brubaker. Drury singled. An error by Cabrian. Although when you have Chavis at first, it's hard to really ping Cabrian for these errors. One day the Pirates will get a real first baseman. Nothing against Chavis, but he's not a first baseman. Moustakas got hit by a pitch. Stevenson doubled down the line, scoring Drury and Moustakas. That was 2-0. Top of the third, Gamble doubled. It scored Roberto Perez, made it 2-1. Gamble, he's on fire. Then Brubaker pitched well. Top of the 6th, Hayes singled, scoring Gamble, 2-2. Couldn't get another run, though, so yet another game where a Pirate starter didn't record a win. And so then in the top of the 8th, Perez singles, then Gamble singles, and Perez, rounding second, looks bad. Looks like he blew a hammy, blew an ACL, ripped his Achilles, something. That was a significant injury because earlier in the 6th inning, the backup catcher, Andrew Knapp, got ejected for arguing balls and strikes. Well, it was a check swing. He was yelling at the third base coach and got ejected pretty quickly. So Van Meter is now your catcher. Then later in the 8th, you had the bases loaded. No outs. You have Hayes, Vogelback, and Chavis coming up. All 3 of them strike out. Super. So my hopes for the Bucn over in this one aren't feeling pretty good until the bottom of the 8th when the wheels fell off. Drury hit by a pitch. This is Will Crowe pitching. Drury was hit by the pitch. Tommy Pham walked. Moustakas walks. Stevenson doubles. It was a close diving play by Gamble. He tried. These outfielders are diving all over the place. Usually they make the play. This time it did not work out well for Gamble. Scored Drury and Tommy Pham 4-2. Colin Moran walks. TJ Friedel sacrifice fly that scored Matt Reynolds, made it 5-2. You're thinking if you could keep it 4-2, 5-2, maybe you got a chance. Bo Sulzer comes in. Error. That loads the bases, and then Naquin clears the bases with a double. 8-2 Reds. That's the Bucn over. Drury doubles home Naquin, 9-2. That's the final. So, not a great first game. We'll get into more about the game later, but this was overall not a great game. We'll get into more of it. Doubleheader. In between, there must have been a speech, or they switched the baseballs, because first inning, Pirates came out swinging. Kentucky Derby Day, not the only derby going on in Kentucky, Cincinnati area. Game 2, over under 9, plus 100. So good value there. The top of the first, the Reds used an opener, and that was for 1 out. Got an out, Brian Reynolds home run, then they pulled the pitcher pretty quickly. Hayes doubled, then Yoshi Tsutsugo hits his first home run of the year. 3-0. Next at bat, Diego Castillo comes up, smacks one into left field for a home run. 4-0. So you got Reynolds, Yoshi, and Diego all going to left field, home runs. First time ever in the history of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization, 136 years of baseball, 3 home runs in the first inning. Keller came in to pitch, bottom of the first. So he's pitching. He's been doing pretty decent. We got a lead. Go out there, be efficient, get a win. First batter, Naquin, hit by pitch. Drury doubles home Naquin, it's 4-1. Moustakas singles home Drury, 4-2. Keller walks Farmer. Colin Moran comes up and hits a home run. Oh, almost hits a home run. Jack Zawinski on the warning track, leaps up, grabs it, saves the home run. Okay, so we got out of the first inning, 2 runs scored. Keller, you're going, okay, settle down. We're ready to go. Top second and third. Brian Reynolds, very hard hit ball right to second baseman, and Cole Tucker gets caught looking or running, I don't know, doubled up on third for the final out. And just, I mean, he's trying so hard. But if you're on third, you just got to wait until that ball lands. You can't go. Poor Cole Tucker and all of his troubles. Top of the fourth, Zawinski walks. Tucker makes up for that little bit of a, I don't know, not egregious, but his little blunder. Doubled him home, made it 5-2. Ben Gamel, home run, 7-2. So Bucn over is now pushing, and it's only the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th, TJ Friedel singles, Matt Reynolds walks, and Drury homers, makes it 7-5. And that was it for, well, no, it wasn't it for Keller. He got out of it, but that was the Bucn over. So, back-to-back games, the overs hit. Love to see it. Love all these runs. Love when the baseballs aren't dying on the warning track when they're getting absolutely smacked. The 5th, ground rule double by Moustakas, and that was it for Keller. So we went 5 1/3. Still no win 4 1/3. Still no wins for pitchers. Top of the 7th, Vogelback walks. Zawinski doubles opposite field. Slapped it the other way. That scored Vogelback from first, who had a tremendous slide. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. Maybe I'll post it on my Twitter at Bucn over. He slides, falls short, and then kind of half rolls to get there. I think if the catcher would have realized what was going on and made an effort, could have tagged him out probably. But that's baseball. Zawinski advanced to third because they threw it home. That made it 8-5. Bottom of the 9th, David Bednar, 3 strikeouts, his 4th save of the year, lights out. 650 plus pitches by both teams thrown all day. We got a doubleheader in the books. Pirates get the win. Their 11th of the year. Bucn over hits twice. Absolutely love to see that. Gamel, game 1, 3 for 4. Game 2, 2 for 5. He's hot. He's swinging a hot bat. He's on fire. Reynolds and Hayes showed up in game 2. Tsutsugo still stinks, but at least he stinks now, hitting a home run and making a play at first. So you have that at least. Before it was just him stinking and, there's no production. But at least now, home run, play at first. Okay, that's, you can take that. You'll take that. Diego looks good. 2 for 4 in the second game. Jack Zawinski becoming one of my favorite players, I think. I think he's starting to settle down. He's starting to adjust. He's seeing the ball better. His defense is good. He's an actual right fielder. I think he's going to be a fan favorite. He's playing his way to stay on the team. And that's from Double-A. That's all you can do. You keep playing so that they can't send you down. Speaking of down, Keller was down. The roller coaster of Mitch Keller, yet again. Has a couple games where he's pretty solid. Not great, not good, but solid. Then he comes in and he has its great American ballpark and, runs are easy to come by there, but still can't get that win. So it's at 20, we're at 26 games now. Something about Mitch Keller, I want to say, it felt like he was trying to do too much. He got the lead and he's like, okay, now I'm going to pitch. And instead of just throwing, when he's dominating and he's doing well, It's fastball heavy. Plays the fastball, plays off of that. Throwing 94 in the first, so maybe his fastball wasn't quite there. I don't know. I don't know anything about baseball. I just know how to watch it and bet on it. But from what I've seen from Keller, when he's throwing the fastball, then plays off of that, seems to work better for him. Maybe they were trying something different because the Reds stink. Well, no. And the Reds do stink. They got lucky that first game. We'll get into that. Stratton and Bednar, shut it down. Bednar's filthy. I mean, he's pumping 96 by you. You can't hit it. 96, 97. And then he slices a 77 curve by you. You can't even touch it. He's dirty. He's going to be... It's either him or Gamble, I think, will probably be the all-star. Maybe Hayes. Maybe we'll get more than one all-star. We'll see. But yeah, back to the Reds. Look, they're not going to lose every game they play. They're 4-23 right now. They stink. It took a fluke injury after a random ejection, an show where the ball was kind of being called one way, not the other. These things happen. It's 162 games. Yeah, everyone will just tell you on Twitter that that's only happens to the Pirates. It happens, they've won 4 games. They stink. You watch some of the plays they make in the field, and guy had an error at shortstop where he dove for the ball unnecessarily. It's they're not a very good team. What you do want to see though is after a fluky loss, Pirates not just rolling over and feeling bad for themselves. They got up, they hit the ball first inning, charged and attacked. Hit the balls hard, home runs. I swear they switched the balls. They were hitting the balls the exact same. I felt like they were hitting the balls with the same velocity that were dying at the warning track. And these ones in game two were going over. Pulled the old Tom Brady, deflated some balls. That's a different sport for another day. And look, it's easy to blame the umpires. It's so easy because they miss calls, and they do, and it's awful. And it's hard to watch them call strike 3 when it's a foot and a half outside, and they'd call ball 1 when it's the whole circle is a foot inside the zone. But you have your 3 in game 1. You have your 3, 4, 5 batters up, bases loaded, no outs. All you need is a single or a double down the line. You got some runs in. You got the lead. And they don't even put it a ball. They don't even put it in play. Not even a sac fly. It's 3 strikeouts. The runners in scoring position is some kind of kryptonite. I don't know. It's plaguing the team. It's something that I don't know if it's too big. I don't know. They got to work on that though. We'll see. 1 game doesn't make a season. Even keel throughout the whole thing. You do feel bad for Perez though. He's having a good year at the plate. An even better year behind the plate defensively, and that becomes even more obvious when you see a guy like Van Meter, who's a second baseman utility infielder, and the pitchers, it's not only that he can catch the ball, sure, but when you have sliders with 18 inches of break you haven't caught since high school, that's uncomfortable. Pitchers are not going to trust him as much to throw breaking stuff in the dirt, and he's going to block it. So they called up Michael Perez. Hopefully Roberto Perez, it's not a long-term injury. They said it was a hamstring thing. He's on the 10-day IL. So that's good news. It's not like a blown ACL or something. I don't know. But that being said, when you do have that and you're throwing pitches that are in the zone or out of the zone, and umpires are missing calls, they need to be held accountable. I'm not a robot ump guy. I don't think that's the solution. I do think that they need to be held accountable. They need to figure out some way to, I don't know if fines is the right answer, but they need to figure out something for these umpires to get better at what they do, at their craft. Pay them more so that they can be full-time? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But these strike zones are all over the place. They're inconsistent. It's affecting games. As a fan, it's easy to get mad, and it's fun to get mad. That's part of being a fan. But who knows? Pirates win 1, could have won 2. Well, no, they couldn't have won 2. Pirates won 1, Bucn over won 2. So yay me. That brings me to my monthly segment I want to start doing. I think I'll do this at the beginning of each month. At the beginning of the season, I placed a Small wager, $5, and I picked all the division winners. So I picked in the American League, Toronto out of the East, Minnesota out of the Central, and the Angels out of the West. And in the National League, I have Philadelphia, St. Louis, and the Dodgers. So I think what we're going to do is once a month, we're going to check in and see how these teams are doing and whether or not I have a shot of hitting. In the American League, right now, Toronto's 3 games back. Third place, Minnesota leading the AL Central 3 games up. And the Angels are a game up, and that's the American League. National League, you have the Dodgers a half game up and maybe the best division in baseball. Nobody's under 500. And the Diamondbacks are so surprising. At 14-13, I put $1 on them to win the World Series to win me $1,000. Talk about a scratch off. St. Louis is 2 games back of Milwaukee, and Philadelphia, surprisingly, 7 games back. So they got some work to do. We're halfway there. Half the teams are leading, the other half need to have some work to do. But, we're still only in May. A long way to go. Daily overs on our season, 12, 12, and 2. Our season win total is at 11 out of 65. We have a rubber match tomorrow on Mother's Day. Game 3, Pirates-Reds at 1:40. Plenty of time to take your mom out to brunch, get her some flowers, put her in a nice little food coma, and then watch some Pirates baseball. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. Let me be the first to wish you that, is what they say. Zach Thompson on the bump versus Tyler Molly. I'm not really sure, but it's a Reds pitcher. So we got that tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I did not look up the over-under, so we should do that real quick. I'm so used to the Pirates not having a game the next day, I have time to look this stuff up. All right, Pirates over-under tomorrow is at 8. So that's a nice number. No hook, 8 runs. The way the ball's going to fly out of the park tomorrow should be an easy cash. Penguins, outside of baseball, Penguins won today, 7-4, so they're up 2-1 in their series. Playoff time, you have the playoffs, you have the doubleheader Pirates, you have the Kentucky Derby. What a fun, full day of sports. Tomorrow with the Pirates, let's win the series. Bucn over streaks at 4 in a row. Let's keep that streak alive. Let's get after it. We'll be back tomorrow with the Bucn over. Enjoying the Bucn over content? Be sure to follow me over at Twitter at Bucn over, TikTok at the Bucn over, and on YouTube, the Bucn over, to follow along with your Buccos all year long.